Now that we know the difference between raster and vector art, we need to go over the different rigging methods, because there's a lot of ways to rig puppets for this software, and making sure that you're rigging with purpose and to grow is absolutely essential. I've used a couple of the puppets on the home screen here to educate about the different movement methods, and I've used some of my own. Jumping in, we're going to go over Little Buddha version 1. This is for more of live content. I wanted to feature it because it is commonly seen. The floating character, he just tracks your head. This is, again, for more of live content if we want our characters to move around the screen. For recorded content, we just use our position X and position Y transform behavior. And you can see this character, he's made the same, but his body is pinned. And it's a very simplistic character with just some hand hotkeys. This is great if you're monologuing to a camera, such as using a news anchor or maybe like a reality TV show style monologuing to camera. Wizard is a little bit more complicated version of that. You can see his body follows, but this is just like a half rigged. So like his head is rigged and he has some minor hotkeys to do things such as blink. I thought he had more hotkeys, but I guess it's just the blink. Going over Stardust. Stardust is another half rig, but it's a full body half rig. So our legs aren't rigged, but our arms and our head are rigged. And you can see it creates like a whimsical movement on the character where they're very free-flowy, left and right, boppy, as I like to call it. They kind of bop around. And she has a absolute ton of hotkeys, most of which have to do with heads and expressions. This character, again, is better for monologuing as opposed to walking around a scene and actually interacting with things. Okay. Professor K here is one of mine, and it is a full body rig. And I've worked many years to perfect what I believe to be the best full body rig layering method. So this is the method I recommend most, unless you're going for a more monologue, direct at the camera type of content. If you want your character to walk and talk around the screen with other characters and interact with objects, this is the rigging method I recommend. Going over our hotkeys, we have like a forced blink. We can turn our head. We can turn our body, and we have draggable arms. And the legs on the 3/4 angles can also be made draggable. They are not on this character, but if you want your character to sit down, we can make the legs draggable as well. That is thought of in this build. We also have a rear-facing angle. The idea was to create a file that is a full character turnaround, so you can get any angle you need. This character only has the 4 angles: frontal, left quarter, right quarter, and rear. But we could also include left profile, right profile, left rear profile, right rear profile. So really the sky's the limit with this. And then going over other hotkeys, you can see we have hands that go in front of our face and hands that go behind our face. But that's not all. We can actually have one go in front and one go behind in both instances. So you can see we could actually like have our character floss dance and express really 360 degrees all the way around this character. We also have triggerable hands on this character, and these hands are across all angles. So if we activate any other arms, you'll see those hands are also activated, making things really simplistic and streamlined. And we actually have a number of hands on this rig. As you can see here, 16 on each side plus the default. So really this character is built to do just about anything you need him to do. Going over our layering method here, I have a template. I believe wholeheartedly in working from a template, having something you can check and balance against. So be sure to download that free template for this character build. And if you're looking for a Buddha template for a more simplistic build, I also have those. And then if you're looking for Stardust or Wizard, like a half rig template, you can come in and select the character in the home file here, then come into rig mode and select the character such as Wizard. I'm going to go with Wizard and click the Photoshop button down here. This button right down here, I thought it would let me. It's not going to let me. But this button right down here will open up Photoshop or Illustrator, and you can then see the layering method better. And then you can see the layering method better so you can copy it. In the next video, we're going to be going over how to rig once you have your artwork in all of the corresponding folders, like left arm inside left arm folder, left hand inside the hands folder, etc. Once you get that far, move on to the next video and we're going to cover rigging all of this up.